When the wind howled through the empty corridors of his ranch house, Samuel Miller would sometimes whisper back, just to feel like someone was listening. For nearly 15 years, Sam, a single dad, they had lived alone on a sprawling piece of land in Wyoming. His son, Luke, had left for college in Boston years ago, chasing a big city life far from his father's dusty pastures. After his wife, Carolyn, died young, Sam had buried himself in work tending cattle, fixing fences, talking to his horses as if they were old friends. He didn't mind the quiet, or so he told himself. One bitter January evening, as Sam stacked firewood by the porch, he spotted headlights flickering on the frozen dirt road. He squinted through the snow flurries. A military Humvee, battered and caked in mud, rumbled up to his front gate. Sam's heart skipped. He hadn't seen a soul in days, certainly not a convoy. He threw on his coat, opened the gate, and waved them in. The door of the Humvee swung open, and out stepped a young woman in fatigues, boots crunching on the ice. Behind her, 10 more soldiers climbed out, all women, all weary. "Sir," the first one said, her voice strong but edged with exhaustion. "I'm Staff Sergeant Emily Carter. We're with the National Guard. The blizzard forced us off route. Our base is cut off. We have nowhere else to go tonight. May we shelter here?" Sam took in the group, frostbitten cheeks, eyes flicking nervously toward the house. These soldiers were somebody's daughters, somebody's sisters, and tonight, they were stranded. He nodded. "Come on in. Fire's warm." They filed in, boots leaving melting prints on his old floorboards. It felt surreal. His house, once echoing with silence, now buzzed with murmurs, laughter, and the smell of instant coffee warming over the stove. At first, Sam wasn't sure how to handle it. 11 strangers, and women at that, in his quiet bachelor world. But they were respectful, grateful. One of them, Private Nye Williams, grabbed a broom and swept out the mud. Corporal Diaz made chili from Sam's dusty pantry staples. The house that had once felt too big for one man suddenly felt just right. That first night, Sam sat by the fireplace as the soldiers swapped stories about their families, their kids, their dreams once they were done serving. It reminded him of Carolyn, her warmth, the way she always made strangers feel at home. But as the days passed and the storm lingered for nearly a week, Sam learned that these women weren't just soldiers, they were survivors. They had been on their way back from a relief mission for flood victims downstate. Supplies gone, rations low. They'd powered through 36 hours of blizzard conditions to keep each other safe. They'd leaned on each other the way he'd once leaned on Carolyn. On the third night, while the others slept, Sam found Sergeant Carter sitting alone on the porch, staring into the dark. "You all right out here?" Sam asked. She shrugged. "Just thinking. My little girl turns 6 tomorrow. I promised I'd be home for her birthday cake, but I won't be." Sam's heart ached. He remembered all the birthdays he'd missed when Luke was young, too busy burying his grief in cattle and fences. "Let's bake her a cake," he said. Sergeant Carter looked up, confused. "What, you got a phone?" "We'll bake the cake, light the candles, sing to her together. You can video call her." "It's not the same, but a broken bar maybe it's something." By dawn, the smell of boxed chocolate cake filled the ranch house. 11 soldiers and one old cowboy stood around that kitchen table, singing happy birthday off-key to a beaming little girl miles away. When the snow finally melted enough for the Humvee to roll out, the ranch was filled with tight hugs and promises to write. Sam handed them extra blankets, food, and a thermos of coffee for the road. Before they climbed back in, Sergeant Carter turned to him. "You didn't just give us shelter, Mr. Miller. You reminded us we're not alone." Sam nodded, blinking back tears he didn't expect. "Funny thing," he said, his voice cracking. "You did the same for me." When they left, the silence returned, but it didn't feel empty anymore. In the following weeks, Sam received postcards from all 11 women. They called him Uncle Sam. Some brought their kids to visit in the summer. Luke, hearing the story, finally came home with his new wife to see his dad's ranch alive again. Sam realized that sometimes, even the loneliest house needs people to fill its cracks. He'd spent so long believing he was doing just fine alone, never realizing that kindness is a door you open for others and for yourself. Years later, folks would still tell the story of the single dad who gave shelter to 11 stranded soldiers in a blizzard day, but Sam always liked to say they were the ones who rescued him. And every winter, when the wind howled through his ranch, Sam no longer whispered to it. He sat by the fire, postcards and photos of his unexpected family lined up on the mantel, a living reminder that an act of kindness, no matter how small, can thaw even the coldest of nights.